You try everything to break me. Your lies, your laws enslave me.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Morning, rise and shine. It is the three-headed monster of the ASAP Network. It is the Touchdown Crew. I am joined right here with Coach to the top of my right and Bill down right below Coach, because Bill's got the awesome background. He can't go ahead and Bill, hey, what's going on, guys? I'm still waking up. I got crust in my eyes, but I had my coffee. That's all good. So how you guys doing this morning?
Good, man. Good. I'm with you. Just not waking up myself.
Exactly. So I'm telling
you,
man.
I'm good and I'm ready to go.
We're good. Preseason week number 3 is coming to a close tonight. There is a Mac Jones watch in effect over there in New York. Everybody is taking precautions, making sure they evacuate the city. And in other news, there's a Category 4 hurricane heading toward New Orleans, which is not going to be anywhere close to the problem because New Orleans is just going to suck this year. So it really doesn't matter. But just saying, that's what's happening right now in the world. So I'm your host, Charles Richardson. Coach Bill, going to join you for the next, 10 or 12 hours or something like that. I have no idea what the schedule's going to be, but we got a lot to talk about, lots going on. You're always welcome to go ahead and call into the show, 813-699-5353. I first want to go ahead and state, I know tonight or this afternoon, they are doing like a 4 or 6 hour marathon of shows here on the ASAP Network. Part of that being some awards that are going out. And I just want to say how humble I am, because I've seen the voting, how humble I am to say after one episode, granted one episode, I am second on the best host. How is that friggin' possible? One episode. I am humble. And the Touchdown Crew is running away with best show. And
yes,
again,
sir.
That's after one episode. And this is without Bill. Bill right now is just going to take us to that championship level.
Or take you down into the basement.
Either way, it's going to be one hell of a ride. It's either going to be a ride up, climbing up, or we're going to go ahead and do that, 180-degree drop. Whatever the case is, it's going to be a hell of a ride, and we welcome everybody watching to go ahead and make sure that ride stays fun. This is the Touchdown Crew. We are live at 10 o'clock in the friggin' morning Eastern time. Probably earlier where you are, Coach, right? We are.
Nah, it's
over there.
9.
It's 9.
Just an hour behind you guys.
Yeah, you're waking up too. Bill, where are you at?
I live in West Virginia, but I'm about an hour and a half from Baltimore and DC.
Okay, so you're still on Eastern time. So you and I are on the same sleep pattern, apparently.
Basically.
All right. Listen, here's the lineup. And I know we actually prepared for the show this time instead of winging it with me and Coach and a player to be named later, apparently, that turned into Bill. But anyway, we're not going to go into that. But here's the lineup. So we got, of course, we're going to talk NFL news to start the show. Then we're going to go into, what are we going to go into? I even forgot what the hell we're going to do. You see that? This is how great of a host I am. You voted too early, folks. You voted too early. So we're going to go NFL news. We're going to, apparently, Bill, you said you're going to scrap the CFL news? You don't want to do that this week?
Yeah, I'm going to scrap that because I'm starting a new show here this Wednesday.
Oh, hell. Well, while I get my thoughts together, why don't you go ahead and spill the show?
Okay. So originally I had this idea doing the CFL because I really got into it this year. And I tried doing it solo. That's not working. I practiced doing it solo, but I found a co-host that is a Canadian football guy that's been into the league for 30 years, and we're called 3 Minute Warning, and we're going to start this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Wednesday, 8 p.m. All right, awesome.
Yep.
All right, well, listen, I wish you the best. 3-minute warning, because that's in Canadian Football League terms. That's actually the 2-minute warning of the NFL.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool. You know what? They should do that. They should redo the thing. I don't like the 110-yard field because I could never get myself to say 1st and 10 at the opponent's 53-yard line. It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
I can't say that. But anyway, the 3-minute warning, I kind of like that idea. We're going to go ahead and go into the next level, which is what makes the team tick. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to do it by division. We're going to start with the worst division in the NFL, and that, of course, is the NFC East. We're going to go ahead and find out what makes these people want to get out of bed in the morning, who makes them get out of bed in the morning and stuff like that. So we'll do that. We're going to do unpopular opinion. What that basically is everybody expects it to happen. Like, we all expect the Kansas City Chiefs to go ahead and beat the hell out of the Philadelphia Eagles and whoever their quarterback is. But some people may not think that. And that's an unpopular opinion. We want you to back it up and tell us why that is. And they will close it out with NFL trivia, which I've yet to get trivia questions, but I will get them before the end of the show. I promise you that. And here, making history, our first call of the day. What's up? 903 area code. What's up?
What's going on, Charles? I just want to warn you guys to be respectful when you're talking about the NFC East, because I'm a New York Giants fan.
Well, I'm sorry about that, man. I mean, everybody picks their own poison.
I mean, the Giants will be the best team in that division. They're going to win that division. And watch, it's going to change your mind.
Well, that's not saying much. My high school football team can be the best in that division, so that's not saying a whole lot.
Hey, just look out for Danny Dimes. That's all I got to say.
All right. Do you have any prediction on how your Giants are going to finish this year?
We're going to win about 10 to 11 games this year. If you look at the Giants, we are the most complete team in that division. Yes, the Cowboys' offense is better than ours, but guess what? Our defense is better than theirs. And if you look at Washington, yes, their defense is better than theirs, but guess what? Our offense should be better than theirs. So it's going to offset each other, and that's what's going to make us win that division.
I say there's going to be 2 teams that finish 9-8 and 2 teams that finish 8-9. No, I'm just kidding. But all right, hey, listen, you make a compelling point. I do think that the Giants do have some weapons on their side. We'll see about Danny Dimes, and let's see how he does. I mean, I think that's kind of like a prison name, to be honest with you. But we'll see how he does. Like I say, it's a real easy division. Like, you don't really have to worry about the Cowboys or the Redskins or the Eagles. We'll get to the Eagles in a second, but the Eagles have their own freaking issues. The Cowboys, they've always had issues, and the Redskins, they don't even have a team name. So it's easy to compare. The Giants is going to go ahead and be the team that wins out in the East, right, Coach? I mean, you got to look at the Giants winning out in the East, right? You see his point.
No, I gotta see what the quarterback actually do. Like right now, I got the I'm about to say Washington Redskins. I got Washington, the football team. That's what I like. One thing about them, they're gonna play defense.
Yeah.
At least they're gonna do what they do. They're not gonna be fancy. They're not gonna be stylish. So I like them. Giants, they got a lot of fancy toys, but I don't know. I really don't believe can the quarterback throw the ball, and can he make the right decisions? That's the biggest question.
He's over here telling us you got to watch out for him. He's gonna pop. I mean, I don't know. He's saying that he's got all the tools and he's got the arm and everything. Bill, what's your take on that? How do you see the Giants finishing? I'm
going to have to agree with the caller. Is the Giants all the way in this division? As long as Saquon Barkley comes back and is healthy. If he's not, then they're in trouble. That's what I see.
Okay.
So they do have some weapons. If they can get everybody healthy, Kenny Galladay and some of those guys. But
so we got Bill agreeing with you, caller. We got Coach saying, the football team, the team with no name, is going to be the one that actually does the trick in that division. Do you have anything to add on to your prediction on the Giants winning the East?
Just the last thing. This goes to Coach. Coach, you got to remember, this is today's NFL. You have to put points on the scoreboard. Are we sure Washington will be able to put points up with an aging quarterback and Fitz magic? And 1 week he's up, 1 week he's down. That might be the downfall for that team. So, like I said, with the Giants being a little bit more balanced than everybody else, yes, this is going to be a make it or break it year for Daniel Jones. But with a healthy Saquon Barkley, the only question that I have for the Giants is their O-line to see where it got better, but that's the only question.
To go with what you said, you're right. You have to put up points. That's football. But we're talking about the NFC East. There's no defense. Dallas don't play defense. Giants is okay. And I ain't even going to talk about the other team because ain't no point in wasting my breath talking about them right now. So now, if you got defense, now you got to make decisions as a quarterback. Quarterback has to make decisions. Again, if you take off last year, how many quarterbacks did the Washington football team have? Like 5. They just a revolving door. Still made the playoffs. Like I said, I just don't quarterback because you got to make those decisions. And I don't want to give him the keys just yet. You say, okay, Saquon. He'll give you 1,200, maybe 14 max. But eventually, you got to throw the football.
Yeah,
you have to throw the football,
and
he has to make the read. And I haven't seen it yet because the receiver core wasn't really too bad last year. You have a top 10, top 5 tight end in the NFC. So
I tell you what, I'm gonna keep checking you guys out. I'm about to hop off here.
All right.
You guys are the best sports show on Facebook. You guys have a good rest of your day.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Go Giants. I was going to say go football team, but no, I don't want to piss off a listener. Yeah, Coach, you make a point there. It's like you're going to have to throw the ball. Has Daniel Jones shown us that he can go ahead and do that consistently 17 games or 16 games for that matter? Now he's facing an extra game. But you can't deny Saquon. He has to stay healthy though. And you got a few receivers there on the Giants that can make some plays, but you got to have that thing. It's the Giants sound like the Buccaneers a couple of years ago. They're missing a quarterback. I mean, they don't have an all-star caliber receiving team, but I think with the right quarterback, they can go far. Is Daniel Jones the one to do it? We don't know that yet.
And I think that's the proven factor. Like they have a nice blend of guys. You have a deep threat. You got an explosive player. You got a tight end and go down the middle. You have a running back. But at the end of the day, you got to have someone to give it to him to make the right reads and the right decisions.
Yep.
And I don't know if he knows that. I don't know if he can do that.
Bill, what do you think, man? Going off the points.
Well, here's what I think. Last year, he had a crappy year. We can all agree with that. He was total crap. But his running backs last year, Wayne Gallman was his leading running back with 682 yards. And then the next running back was Alfred Morris. Okay, can you win games with Gallman and Alfred Morris as your running backs? I don't think so.
So you think that maybe they need a little bit of depth in running back and maybe they'll go further?
Yeah, I think, Saquon Barkley, I mean, if he can stay healthy, and he's proven that he can't so far, so you never know. You never know. If all of the key pieces stay healthy, I think they could be a decent team. I'm not going to say that they're going to challenge for any playoff, wins or anything like that, but I think they can be a decent team in that division. And the Redskins, the football team does have a good defense. They definitely have the best defense out of that division, so they will be a challenge. But the other two, no.
And like it's always said, defense wins championships. Now, like the caller said, you're going to have to put up points. But if you have a good defense, you're not going to have to put up as many points. And it really all depends on week to week. Coaching is going to be another thing. So you have to work with the group you have. If Daniel Jones can only throw short to intermediate, you're going to have to game play for that. If you're going to have to run Saquon 30 times a game, and hope to God he doesn't get hurt, you're in trouble, because relying on one person, unless it's Michael Jordan with the Chicago Bulls, it ain't going to happen, especially in football. Football needs a more complete balance of plays, and one person I don't think is going to make or break the game plan unless you rely on that person a whole ton, like Saquon. That
But
opens up the phone line, 813-699-5353 if you want to get into the conversation. Let's go ahead and get into our football news and stories right here. So the big news that came out about almost a week ago, and I just figured out how to do his name. Travis Etienne is out with a Lisfranc injury. Gone. So and he hasn't even started his career yet. He's gone already. Now, with that being said, Jacksonville now is traded Minshew, which we'll get to later. You're starting a rookie quarterback. What do you see Jacksonville going this year? We already knew they weren't going to win many, but does this even worsen the whole thing? Bill, I'll start with you on this one.
Well, I think we already had an established running back in James Robinson who had a 1,000-yard season. So I don't think this hurts as much, but then again, we're coming in with a new coaching staff, some new pieces. The quarterback, you can say what you want about this rookie quarterback, but he's going to be very raw here this season. It's going to be growing pains.
Yeah. Coach, what do you think?
I hated he got hurt. I really hate that for a young guy. But, I mean, it wasn't, even if he's there, they're not going to be productive offensively. They was going to use him as, they was going to do like a lot of two-back style, just put him in the slot, run little jet sweeps and screens and everything else with him, which would have been something different for the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But, and it helped Trevor Lawrence a lot because, you know, they're terrible. I mean, it's not that they're terrible. It's just it's going to be hard for him to make a read because you want to run the ball. You have to run the ball, especially if you got a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You going in with a rookie quarterback, he's your main guy. There's no competition anymore. He's your main guy. You need to give him as much help as you can. We're talking about giving Daniel Jones a lot of help and Sam Darnold and the Panthers a lot of help. Well, this guy, he's coming just out of college with a coach, which, by the way, there's some ruffling going on in that locker room that's saying he ain't the greatest coach in the world, apparently, according to some of these players. It doesn't look like he's won over the locker room. Have you guys heard about that? Urban Meyer does not seem to be coach of the year, according to these players, or at least some of them.
Well, that's the thing with a lot of people got to realize. It's a difference when you coach college or even say high school, like you have the power to like the pool to take your scholarship. Now, when you coach in the NFL, you are a game manager. Your name is not big enough right now to have that pool to where you can cut, trade, or release a guy. So I think that's the thing. He has to change his mindset of the way he coach with the threats, and we got to do it like this. And it's a difference because a lot of the NFL players that's been in the league, it's a certain system that they used to go on. And to now he's trying to flip the script and go kind of similar to a college. So a lot of the older guys are not used to all that.
Well, but here's the thing, though, is coach, you got to coach. He is the one giving you the rules and what you're supposed to do. He's supposed to mold this team into his vision, not the other way around. You can't have a bunch of veterans who, granted, I get they're used to doing one thing over the other, but you can't have veterans who go ahead and, do a mutiny. They have to go ahead and work as a team. And who's going to be the leader of that team? It's going to be the head coach. Now, you may have captains, and the coach is going to assign those captains as far as who's running what he is telling them to run. And again, if you want to play with this team, he's going to be the one to say, well, you don't want to do this, you're gone. So who's in the right here? Do we have? Is it possible for a coach to overstep his bounds to that nature where almost half the locker room is ready to say the hell with this?
No, they're not gonna do that. No, you gonna keep it professional, even though you don't like them. You gonna keep it professional because number one, you're gonna want to get that check.
Oh yeah,
you want to keep getting your money. Number one. Number two, it's a business at the end of the day. Urban Meyer has say so, but he does. I don't think he has the pull of necessarily cutting guys because that's management. You got to, because now you're dealing with people's money and everything else, and the Jaguars don't want to lose money because you don't like a guy, because we just signed this contract to this guy. I think a lot of things, especially Urban Meyer's, because it's about management. It's about, because it's teaching. You got a semi-younger team because you kind of got rid of all the old heads.
Yep.
But now it's kind of like, hey, it's teaching, mentoring, and changing the mindset. Because you got to realize, especially with Jacksonville, you changing not only the team, but the way people see the team. Because when you see Jacksonville, you say Jacksonville Jaguar, you say, ooh, used to be good. and so now it's like his focus is trying to change the whole culture, which now, hey, look at us. Hey, we're competing for spots. You bring T and Tebow in just so like, hey, you're talking about us.
Yeah.
They're
trying to get attention. I think that was the worst type of attention to get is.
But you're looking. You're going to the games. You're watching him. Okay, not only seeing Trevor Lawrence, now I get to see Tim Tebow. Now you talk about, oh my gosh. You're getting that attention to look at the team, because then now you can focus on something else that's great that's happening. Because all attention is good attention, bad or not.
Yep.
Because you're gonna want to look and see. Like people at the beginning of the preseason, they was watching to see Tebow suck or see him miss them blocks, and they post about it. So, but then you see, look at this guy make this catch, or look at this guy right here.
Yeah, but see, Coach, here's the thing, though. It's like you can go ahead and see a carnival with a big top and everything, but it's just a big joke. So it's good to get the attention, but is the attention is a joke? Bill, let me throw it to you real quick with the whole Urban Meyer and this backlash that the players come. Coach says keep it professional, but is it professional for the players to go ahead and make their presence known, their disregard to the coach?
Well, if you look at the first thing that he did, or one of the first things he did when he came in, he brought in Tim Tebow as his tight end. Which, I'm sorry, Tim Tebow, nice guy. That's a joke.
Yeah.
That's a joke. What does that say? When that's one of the first things you do, I'm going to bring some guy that never played tight end in the football and hasn't played in years.
Yep.
And that's one of your first moves? That's ridiculous. And if I was a player there, a veteran player there, the rookies and such, they're not going to have any difference or whatever. But these vets, is like, that's disrespectful to me. That's how I feel on the whole thing.
Well, there you go. So Jacksonville, we already figured that they're not going to make much noise. I mean, again, like Coach says, everybody's going to pay attention to them. I think they're going to pay attention to them because they have the first pick. Lawrence is going to be what they pay attention to. Not Tebow or anybody else. Tebow was to get to sell tickets. Now they cut him, and it's like, okay, everybody already paid their tickets. There's no refunds. You have to come to the game now, or sell them, or whatever the case may be. So that was that. So on the kind of parlaying on the whole Jaguars thing, trading Gardner Minshew to Philadelphia. Now, listen, Gardner's a good backup, maybe even potential starter for a team that has no quarterback. They're flying without a net now, Jacksonville is. They have no net underneath Trevor Lawrence. Bill, I'm going to start with you on this one. Is that the wrong move for Jacksonville or the wrong move for Philadelphia, or do you see something different that I'm not seeing?
Well, I think this move is really good for Philadelphia. They're not trying to replace Jalen Hurts. I think he's a solid backup, and he can win you some games if he comes in. And I think he's still in his rookie contract, which is I don't know how much that is offhand, but it's a deal. It's a deal. So this makes more sense for Philadelphia than it is for Jacksonville, because you never know. you got to have two quarterbacks in this day and age.
Do you think Jacksonville made a mistake by getting rid of him?
I do. What did they get for him? Nothing.
It's like a 6th-round pick, 5th-round pick.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah,
Nothing.
that's crazy. Coach, what's your thoughts?
I think it was a smart move for the Jaguars, just because on any team, if the starting quarterback is not doing good, the backup is always the star. He's so phenomenal.
Right.
So now you kind of get to say, hey, Trevor Lawrence, this is really your team. Like, we try to make it feel like it's a competition, but everybody knew Trevor Lawrence was going to start. He was the #1 draft pick. He's like supposed to be the next second coming of Peyton Manning. So I think with the Eagles, I don't really know too much about. I got to see their offense. I haven't really paid anything attention, like I said, because all preseason games is very, very vanilla. I just got to see, because I think Minshew's probably going to start eventually.
In the right circumstance, I agree.
Nah, because you look at, I got to see Jalen. See, has Jalen improved in his throwing? You got to throw the football.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. He has to be able to throw the football. He can run the ball. The Eagles can run. O-line is getting older, but they're still strong. But I got a feeling. I mean, like we talked about last week, I said Mitchell's going to go somewhere. I thought he was going to go to the Saints. Thought he had the Dolphins. Remember, and we talked about it.
I see. Yeah, you're right. We did talk about it last week, and it's like, but I don't. I think there is a lack of trust in Philadelphia for Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
I really do. That's why they bring in this guy in.
But that's not his guy. That's not his quarterback. The head coach didn't pick the quarterback. He was already there. And that's why I said I got to see the system, because a lot of coaches, what they do, they don't adjust to the quarterback. They adjust to, they want to run, hey, we're going to run my system. It's going to be like this, instead of adjusting to your players or what you got. And I don't know, because it's like you said, you bringing all these quarterbacks in. I don't know if they really trust Jalen to throw the football or have the keys to the car and say, hey, let's go.
Bill, any comment on that?
Well, when you bring a new coach in and you inherit players, some of these guys aren't your guys. They're not going to fit your system. It's just not going to work out. Now, that could have been the case, because if the guy isn't buying into your system or is not your guy, then you're going to just get rid of him, ship him out. So that might have been in the case. That might have been what happened here. So,
right. Well, we'll see how it works out. We'll see what Philadelphia plans to do. I mean, we already know New Orleans is named Jameis Winston their #1 quarterback for day one. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how many pick sixes Jameis throws in week 1. My over-under is 2, to be honest with you. So we'll see how it goes. I think he's just a terrible quarterback, to be honest with you. But I think they're the best of what they had. I think Gardner Minshew probably would have been an upgrade, to be honest with you, over down there. Now, so the other storyline we have going forward, and this has been brought up by somebody in Facebook chat, L. Bushman, J.K. Dobbins out for the season. Ravens suffering a major setback on this one here. How do you see the Ravens season be in effect now that J.K. is done?
Man, that's I think he was going to have a breakout year this year.
Oh, he had a breakout, right? He broke something, all right.
Yeah, he did.
The wrong type of breakout.
Again, I think that'd be all right. That'd be fine. It just won't be the explosive, because J.K. he's a difference maker. But you got that quarterback that can at any second. I think that helps a lot, having a quarterback like him. He can. The linebackers has to pause a second. That DN can't rush and go make a tackle, because you still got to read. You got to watch the quarterback. It's just not going to be explosive. I think they're going to have less explosive plays at the running back position, but they're still going to 2,000, 2,500 yards rushing, because it's the Ravens. But it hurts. But I think that'd be okay. Just like I just don't. Explosive plays to be limited now.
Yeah.
At the running back position.
J.K. Dobbins gone for the season for Baltimore. Do you see Lamar Jackson taking more option reads, and do you see Lamar Jackson putting his life on the line to go ahead and get these running plays or these running yards there, Bill? Do you see Lamar just going back to the old Lamar?
Well, he did have 1,000 yards rushing last year, so more of Lamar. I guess it's possible. I agree with Coach. You're not going to have a lot of those explosive plays at running back. You do have Gus Edwards, who's pretty solid, but if unspectacular. But J.K. Dobbins, is a big. They were definitely. That was one of the players they were going to depend on this season for their offense, and I think it's hurts definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, J.K. going down, when you have one, a big player that goes down, that's not going to be very good. I mean, they do got, with all due respect, they do got Gus Edwards, who can still go ahead and run. They got Justice Hill. They don't have really a second or third string back really to go ahead and take it. Gus, I think, would be a second back, but I think they should be out there in free agency, trade wire, to go ahead and get a running back. I mean, because listen, you can't expect Lamar Jackson to go ahead and run for another 1,000 yards. They're trying to go ahead and pull him back. They're trying to make him a pocket quarterback, throw the ball. And this right here, just like, okay, I'm gonna put a wrench into that plan. Forget it.
I mean, if you think about it, though, it'd be kind of 2 years ago before Dobbins came.
Yeah.
When he was electrified. I mean, it's just like I said, it just won't be as many explosive plays.
Yeah.
Like he'll hand the ball off, they can get 5 yards, they get 6 yards, but it ain't gonna be that 25, that 30-yard pop.
Yeah. So Eric made the comment, Gardner, going back on the trade for the Eagles. Gardner can start over. Hurts in the right situation. Definitely, he also continued. Definitely the right move for both teams. I think Jaguars kind of lost on that one because, again, how do you know how – listen, Lawrence is the number one quarterback. We know that. He's going to start. That's a given. But it's like, who do you got backing him up right now? Can anybody name who's the backup quarterback for Jacksonville right now?
But can you name the backup quarterback for Cincinnati? Cleveland?
That's true. And
the Chargers?
And something, Cincinnati's got a real problem with there. If Burrow struggles like he did during preseason and practice, they may be looking to that second quarterback, whoever that would be.
Like I said, don't read into this preseason. A lot of,
I know it's all vanilla.
And then you take chances. Like Pat Mahomes, when he first came, he was throwing 5 or 6 picks in practice and preseason. And all of a sudden in the game, he's launching it 55 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Don't believe the preseason.
Don't believe in the hype, right?
No, they just no.
Okay, so not believing in the preseason, even though it's all we got to work on right now. Jordan Love over in the Packers on his preseason game against the Buffalo Bills showed a lot of promise, but also showed a couple of little cracks in the armor there when he got under pressure. Is this something that is worrisome for the Packers? Do you see more value in I know Aaron Rodgers is always going to be more valuable than Jordan Love, but do you see more value in Aaron Rodgers trying to keep him around for a few more years instead of handing the reins to Love? Or, again, don't worry about it? Bill, we'll start with you on this one.
Well, I think, haven't they already, drew their line in sand and say Jordan Love is going to be your future? I mean, I don't think Aaron Rodgers...
Aaron Rodgers threw the line in the sand saying doesn't want to play in Green Bay. And look
but they basically said that Jordan Love is going to be your quarterback without coming out and saying that. So I think they're in trouble, but I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming back under any circumstances.
Coach?
I think they're going to do to Aaron Rodgers what they did to Brett Favre. They kept Jordan Love. Hey, you've been in the system about 3 or 4 years. They gonna get after this year. They probably say, Aaron Rodgers, you know what? Go do you, whatever you want to do. Now, they basically have it to where now they have money again. So now you can put some shiny toys. You can re-sign the receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You can build up that O-line because Jordan Love, he's gonna be what? His contract gonna be cheap. what are you gonna give him for like $15-16 million a year for a
If you
couple
call
years?
that cheap, yeah, I guess.
Because I'm saying compared to what is Aaron 30 some million,
Well, yeah, Aaron's like the top of the food chain right there.
and that's what I'm saying. So now I can build around you. I can either get my defense better, or I can re-sign my receivers because I like my receiver core. I re-signed the running back. Now I can go get, when I draft, I can go draft another guard, and now I can manage the game with you instead of with Aaron Rodgers. Of course, you know what you get with Aaron Rodgers, but also you get that price tag.
Yeah, but see what? Okay, so that price tag gets you some stability. It gets you a little more confidence. With Jordan Love, right now, it's kind of shaky ground. Aaron Rodgers can handle himself. We know that. But Jordan Love, it's like, see, when I'm over here thinking about Giovanni Carmarzi in that one preseason game against the Patriots in 2000, getting knocked all over the field. He wasn't the same, and he didn't make any name for himself. Now, I don't think it's going to happen to Jordan Love, but is this somebody that may not be starter quarterback capability?
But you can draft. Like
you can draft.
You're not with Jordan Love. You're not really worried about too much this year because you have Aaron Rodgers.
Right. Now, if they didn't sign Aaron, if they didn't keep Aaron Rodgers and he held out and he retired or whatever, yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but you know you have Aaron Rodgers for this year, so I'm gonna ride out with Aaron Rodgers. But in the long game, I know now I'm gonna have $20-some million to spend, plus what we're gonna get back to normal. So the cap is gonna go up.
Yeah, well, cap went up this year too, anyway. So
but it's gonna really go up because we're letting people back in the game. So now, plus that $20 million, now I have a draft pick. What do I need to get offensively? Let me get a lineman. Let me go get this guard. Or what do I? And then it depends. I don't know how the contract went for sure. What if you do a sign and trade? You get a second round draft pick or a third round draft pick. Who are you gonna get it to? What? Yeah. Broncos? That's still a top 20 draft pick where you can get a lineman. Now you got 2 first round draft picks. You can get a lineman or a defensive player. Depends on how you like it. Depends on what you need at the end of the year. So I mean, because one thing about it is you got to rely on, like what we're going to talk about later. Is it the players or is it the coach that make you go?
Right, exactly. Bill, what do you think about this Green Bay situation? How bad does it suck?
Yeah, it's this year, it's all Aaron Rodgers. After that, I think they're going to be terrible. I mean,
kind of smells like bad moldy cheese up here in Wisconsin, right?
Yep, exactly. The green cheese heads.
Yeah. So, speaking of quarterbacks, jumping ahead real quick, the Broncos have already went ahead and said Teddy Bridgewater is their starter. Good move or bad move for the Broncos, Bill? What do you think?
I think.
Or is it the only move?
It's the only move they had. I do think Teddy Bridgewater, if he had some people around him, he'd be decent. He did have enough passing yards that
last year.
He had 2,000-yard receivers last year.
Right. So what are you talking about if he had people around him? He had them last year.
I know. Well, their top running back was injured, so hey, I'm just out here trying to help the that Teddy Bridgewater fan that thinks
it's
not that compelling.
I don't know, Bill. I think you're wrong on that one. Coach, what do you?
Hey, Teddy, check down.
Teddy, check down.
Hey.
Yeah, I like that. I like that answer.
What, like we said, we talked about it last week. One thing about Teddy, he's not going to take risks. So
maybe that's what you need in this system.
No, they got a head coach. He's a defensive coach. We're going to play defense.
Yeah.
We're going to play defense. Like, I think they rushed Drew Lock in the game too fast. So now he gets to sit. He gets to learn. Teddy's not a bad guy. He's a smart guy, but he doesn't take the risk to go over the top. I think Judy have a great year this year because of him, because he's going to be in the slot and he's going to check you down. And that's the thing that you got to realize with Teddy. Teddy's going to he's a game manager. I'm going to manage this game. I'm going to let my defense play. And that's what you got in the AFC because you got Broncos. They're going to play defense. Von Miller's coming back. They picked up Surtain Jr. He looks nice.
Well, didn't we mention that in the caller, too? It's like if you play defense, you don't have to score that many points. Can Teddy score enough points for the defense to pull out these victories?
Yes, I think they'll be all right. I think the run game will be fine. They have a run game. I think the question is how you look at it is how many points you have to score. It varies from team to team.
Well, if you got
the only team you got to say you got to score some points is Kansas City. You're like, hey.
Yeah. If you got Von Miller playing, though, I think if you score average of 14 to 18 points a game, I think you're going to have a winning season with that type of defense.
Yeah. That's a great chance. But, again, you got to rely on Teddy.
Yeah.
And a good running game, defense and a running game, you know.
That always helps. So here's a question here. Thomas Ben, I'm a diehard Lions fan, a huge Matthew Stafford fan, still a little butthurt that the Lions traded him away. And what would you guys say if your teams that you love did that to your favorite player? Do you stay a fan or go to the player for a new team? He's on the fence on it. What do you think? So, like, for instance, Coach, your team is
Tampa Bay. I'm a Bucs fan.
So if they went ahead, I know he hasn't been around the Bucs long. Say they traded Tom Brady. Will you go? You know what? I take that back. Say if they trailed Shaquille Barrett.
So
they traded him.
Let me tell you this real quick, because I am a huge Tom Brady fan. Huge Tom Brady.
Before the Bucs or
before the Bucs? Before the Bucs. I'm
okay.
A huge Tom Brady. I always, from high school, I was Tampa Bay. You go look on our little sports media, Tampa Bay fan, Buccaneers. But I was always a huge Tom Brady fan. I like Tom Brady. I think he's one of the greatest quarterbacks. Not going to get too much on that. So
the question is, your favorite player, if he gets traded, do you follow the player or do you follow the team?
If you go with both. Tom Brady played with the Patriots. Tom Brady
wait. You're on a cliff. You're holding your favorite player. You're keeping him from dying, or you have the whole team. Which do you let go?
You go with both. Regardless of situation.
That's not the question. We got to pick one.
Listen, let's take this guy. He's a Detroit Lions fan, correct?
Yeah.
Detroit Lions. In reality, are the Lions going to the playoffs?
No.
So you still love Detroit, but you know Stafford has a chance to go to the playoffs, correct?
Yeah.
So you're gonna cheer for Stafford, correct? When it's playoff season, are you gonna cheer for Stafford, or you just gonna say, you know what?
Okay. We gotta change it up here. Okay, hold on. Who's the favorite player on the Bucs?
Who's my favorite?
Yeah, is it Brady?
Brady, Godwin. I'm a receiver guy, so Godwin.
Okay. Say Chris Godwin gets traded to New Orleans.
Oh no, God.
No! You gotta play this game. And I'm sorry, Bill. I know I'm keeping you on the sideline. I'm getting to you next. But Godwin goes to the Saints. Bucs play the Saints twice a year. Who are you rooting for?
Bucs.
Okay.
I'm rooting for the Bucs.
That's all I need to know.
Okay.
Because when Brady is playing the Patriots in Week 4, I know Brady won the Patriots, and I'm a Patriot fan. 6 titles. I'm rooting for the Patriots.
Of course.
We'll go ahead and celebrate Brady if we retire his number, whatever. Bravo, Brady. But I hope to God we sack his ass 20 times and we pick him off 5 times and we win the game by a lot. Sorry, not sorry. That's how I view it. He's a great player, but I'm rooting for my team. So to go ahead, Thomas, to answer your question, your heart stays with Detroit, but wish Matthew Stafford a great career. As long as the Rams don't play the Lions, you're good to go. Bill, your take on this one. I don't know if you have a favorite player or a favorite team, but let us know, in your situation, what would you do?
Well, I'm all team. Especially if you get traded. My favorite player would get traded in the division. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. If he goes to the Jets, he goes to the Patriots, it goes to Buffalo, you're dead to me. I'm sorry. You're dead to me. If you are in the playoffs, I'm rooting for you to throw 6 interceptions and gets sacked 15 times every game, you are dead to me.
And
unless it's Dan Marino.
And he mentioned that the Lions play the Rams in October. Hey, listen, I can't vouch who you're going to love on that one. I already gave you my opinion. Coach gave you his opinion. I think Bill pretty much said he's going to go with the Dolphins no matter what, which is heartbreaking because I hate to see somebody suffer that much. But still, that's the way it is. We got an open phone line, 813-699-5353. If you want to go ahead and call in, you're listening to the Touchdown Crew. The Touchdown Crew. We got myself, Coach, Bill. We're all on screen. I've been kind of flopping around the cameras. I like to mess around every once in a while. And that's pretty much the question. Of course, the last thing I want to ask you, Buffalo Bills staying in Buffalo or are they leaving Buffalo? I think we went over this last week. I'm just going to ask one more question. They stay or leave?
Stay.
They stay. Okay.
Yeah,
so
they're staying.
They're going to get a new thing built up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and do the next one, which is the team ticker. Who makes this team tick? We're going to do NFC West because they are the most horrible division in the NFL. They should really play in the CFL. No offense.
You mean the East?
Yeah, that's what I meant. The East. Yeah,
okay.
I just want to make sure you were paying attention, Coach.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, NFC East.
How about to say not the West?
West is actually pretty damn good, actually. The NFC East, we're going to go over each team and what makes them tick. Listen, if you don't have it, throw your hands up in the air like you just don't care and say the hell with them. But we're going to start with the Dallas Cowboys. I think they are the pansiest group in the NFL. I really think they're just I think there's no direction whatsoever. But if I had to go ahead and say what makes him tick, I think Dak does bring a lot of leadership. And I think Dak should be the one that actually goes ahead and ticks this team right out the door. What do you think, Coach?
I agree with you. I think it's Dak. And I think, and it might sound crazy, I think it's the draft pick from Penn State, Parsons. I think those are the two that makes this team tick. I think offensively, you got to have Dak. Dak is the leader. Dak is going to control. Dak is going to take all the blame. Because I live in Texas, and every time Dak can go for 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, he throw 1 pick at the end, it's his fault. We suck again. But I think Parsons is going to get him a little swag and that physical toughness in the middle at the linebacker spot, which they don't have until he came.
Thomas says he calls the Dallas Cowgirls, by the way. So I think that's kind of an old joke. We've heard that before. Bill, what do you think? Dallas Cowboys, what makes them tick? Besides the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, believe me, seeing them on the field makes me want to tick a lot. You know what I'm saying? My heart goes up a little bit. Go ahead, Bill. What do you think?
So I think it's definitely Dak Prescott. You know, when he's on the field, he's the Dallas Cowboys. But Cowgirls, Cowboys.
Go ahead.
But Jerry Jones is the one that you know, he has ultimate control of this team. He's the general manager. He's the reason they don't succeed. He's the reason. So if anybody makes this team tick, it's him, and it's not in a positive way.
So, okay, no, we're looking for positive. We're looking for what makes him click. Now, you're talking about Jerry Jones being like the grim reaper of the Dallas Cowboys, off-season chances. That's what you're talking about, right? But I'm saying, like, what makes this team want to get up in bed and not pee in their mattress every night?
It's definitely Dak Prescott.
All right.
It's definitely Dak Prescott.
All right. So we got Dak. I think we all agree on Dak. Let's go to the next one, which is the Washington, not Redskins football team. Honestly, I'm throwing my hands up in the air. I don't even know what makes this team tick, otherwise to know that they're going to be the first NFL team with a new name in a while. I think everybody's just trying to hold on to a roster spot so they can be called whatever the hell they're going to be called next year. Because it ain't Daniel Snyder that ticks this team. I could say the same thing about Snyder that you said about Jerry Jones. But, Coach, you got anybody that makes this team tick?
Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera, okay.
Ron Rivera, because you got to look at the story, and it's even if you look at him last year, we had COVID. He was going through chemo. He had all kinds of issues. He can't work every day. There was no nothing. So it brings that toughness. Like, hey, I'm here to work. And you look at that D line, they like to work. And I think that's what he brings it, because you gotta respect the guy that is every day, no matter what, he's risking his life.
Right.
For y'all, pretty much for the whole organization.
Didn't even think about that, Coach. You make a real great point. You know what? Now I'm changing mine to Ron Rivera. I'm going to copy off you. I know it's probably really bad for the host to copy off somebody else, but I'm going to do that. Bill, what do you say? Who makes the football team tick?
I can't argue with that. I mean, my pick was going to be the defense and Chase Young and that sort of thing. But who can argue with Ron Rivera, because he's behind the defense? He is a head coach, I tell you. Heck of a nice guy, too, because I live in near the D.C. area. He's the one that makes a tick. I agree with Coach.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on. We're going to go to the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles are just a mess. And, now with Minshew in there, just a bigger mess, to be honest with you. Honestly, they still got Flacco. I'd say start Flacco. But anyway, I'm going to have to go ahead and say Miles Sanders. I think Miles Sanders is a hell of a running back. He puts in time where he needs. I think, he's the one that ticks. I think he's basically would be one of the people that would captain. Zach Ertz, I'd say, would be another one if I had to pick two. Those would be my two. I'm kind of hedging my bet on those. Coach, actually, Bill, let's start with you on the Eagles one.
I don't have a clue. These guys have no direction. They got a new coach. I don't even know what you're going to see out of them this year. I mean, if I had to make a guess, just by looking at their lineup this year, you would have to say Fletcher Cox, but I don't know. I throw my hands up.
Well, Fletcher Cox is a pretty good thing. I mean, he's going to be the one that's going to key that defensive line. I definitely see that. Coach, what do you say?
I have to go with Fletcher. And I say that because you know what he's going to bring you to the table. I don't know offensively what they're trying to accomplish, what's their goals. Usually you have some kind of idea. Like you say, take Detroit. Like he said, hey, we're going to run the ball, we're going to fight.
Right.
We're going to get up, we're going to fight. I don't know too much about the Eagles, like what are they trying to do offensively, but I know Fletcher Cox is going to control the middle. So I'm going to ride with Cox.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go. That didn't sound right. But, yeah, I get it. We'll ride with that. Yeah, Fletcher Cox, I think he's going to be the glue that holds that middle line together. And last on the worst division in all of football, including the CFL, we're going to the New York Football Giants. Yeah, I sound like Boomer there, but it's okay. I'm going ahead and I got Saquon in there. Saquon, I think, when he went down, I think the whole team went down. So when he's in there, that gives all the Giant fans reason for hope. But Jabril Peppers, man, anchoring that strong safety position, you can make a point there for either one, to be honest with you. So, Coach, let's start with you.
I'm gonna go with the head coach. I think he's out of all the coaches that came out of the Bill, I think he's the one that took bits and pieces from that, and now he's installing that discipline. He's installing, hey, we can't turn the ball over.
Going with Joe Judge.
I'm gonna go with Judge because if you think, look,
it had nothing to do with the name Judge in there. Like he's the judge, jury, and execute. It had nothing to do with that, right?
But you have to love it because you have to. You say Saquon, but okay, can he really carry a team? You don't know. Like they're still young, on both sides of the ball, because Jabril Peppers is young.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go with Judge. I like what they're doing. I like what the GM they're bringing. Like I said, they brought toys in. Hey, he's like, hey, we gotta be discipline. We got to do this. We can't turn the ball over. Kind of like, old Bill over there in New England.
Yeah.
So I like him. I say he's Judge because I don't trust anybody else yet.
Speaking of Bill, what do you think for the Giants?
It's Joe Judge.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. If you think about some things that have happened in the preseason in the training camp, the one thing was Calvin Benjamin, they brought in as tight end, and he was overweight the whole time. He walks on the practice field. He isn't even there 5 minutes, and they're like, you're gone. You're gone.
Wow, yeah.
And they had a brawl. He makes everybody run. This is a disciplined guy right from New England. If he uses everything he has, and I hate to say it because I'm not a Bill Belichick fan, but he's a good coach. He is all coach. And if he just brings a little of that to what he has with the Giants, they'll be successful.
Okay. I can see that. I can see Judge on there, but I personally think the coach has got the overall leadership, but you know something? They can't bring I feel like the players bring more to the table than the coach. Coaches can only point fingers and write up game plans, but the players have to execute it. So I see where you guys are going with Judge, that you make valid points on that, but still it all comes down to if they don't have the talent, all these plays that they're doing, they're gonna continue to lose. The morale goes down. How do you work on that? You know what I'm saying? How do you work on that? So that's where I say I'm going with some of the players versus the coaching. Coaching, I know, keeps everybody glued together, but if you've got bunch of recycling stuff glued together, it ain't really much. So you got to keep that in mind too. All right. Well, there's our ticker, our ticker segment, which I haven't come up with a really creative name, to be honest with you, but that's what we do when it makes the team tick. We're going to go ahead and do the opposite next week, the NFC East. And there's no football next week. Like, they teased us. They gave us 3 freaking weeks of fake football. And then they say, well, we're not going to give you football this week. Damn you. But then again, next week, week 1, Thursday night football, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Dallas Cowboys. We got to see Dak Prescott sacked on his ass over and over and over and over again. I know Coach likes that. Coach is all about that, getting Dak down. Dak, you go down. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I can't wait to hear this again. All right, enough of that. All right, so we got that. All right, see, 1 hour. And you know what? 1 hour already. We're already locked in. We still got trivia to go, closing segments, closing thoughts and stuff like that. But absolutely. So now, programming note. Today at 6 Central, are we on? I forget.
Yes.
6 Central, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central. We will be on the ASAP network as a filler. They're going to go ahead and actually take all the shows. We're going to bring our segments in, and we're going to talk, unless we have a debate here, which if there's a mutiny, that's fine. I can deal with that. Remember, this is only my second show hosting on this format. But I'm taking away, let's do our fantasy football hits and misses. What do you think?
That's fine. Let's go.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So, cool. So we're all rendezvous back here at 7 Eastern, 6 Central for Coach. And I probably won't be at my desk. I'll probably be over my in-laws, but I'll be on my phone. And so I'll be joining you guys. Don't worry. And we'll go ahead and have it out and hash it out with our fantasy hits and misses later on this afternoon. So make sure you go ahead and tune in to that segment of the show. Actually, tune into all of it, to be honest with you. And again, very humbled by the votes that are going here. The Touchdown Club looks kick-ass. We're all kicking ass. Bill, you joined an all-star team before we even became all-stars. How about that?
I apologize in advance.
For what? Oh, right. He's going to take us down. So Bill is our Dak Prescott of this team.
Oh, my goodness.
Coach is our Ron Rivera. or Joe Judge. We'll do that because you're a coach, right? You got to do the coach. And I have no idea who I am going to be. You guys figure it out and you tell me. But we'll figure it all out. We're still getting our legs underneath us. So let's not bring too much here. All right. Let's do some unpopular opinions. So the unpopular opinion is basically I'd say one each because we're already at an hour. One each. Debate what you think is not going to happen that everybody else in the world thinks is going to happen. Again, example, Kansas City Chiefs beating the hell out of the Indianapolis Colts or something like that. Everybody knows it's going to happen, but you're going to say, hey, Carson Wentz is going to kick ass. He's going to score 41 points, and the Chiefs are only going to score 38, and that's what's going to win. But nobody else believes you. Tell us why it's going to happen. Everybody get the concept? Okay. Unpopular opinion. I think Mac Jones is going to start week 1. The reason I'm saying that is Cam Newton out for this COVID misunderstanding. How nobody in New England can comment on what this misunderstanding is. Bill Belichick says this opens up a window for Mac Jones. He comes out tonight and destroys the Giants. I get it. It's preseason. I get it, Coach. It's vanilla. There's no chocolate in here. There's no sprinkles. There's no sundae. It's vanilla. But if he destroys the Giants, he gets QB1. What do you guys think? I'll take whoever speaks first.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Tell me no. Tell me why.
No. Because they're not going to throw Mac Jones out there. They're going to get Cam. Because Cam's going to give him more of a balance of running the ball. Because he can run it, running back can run it. You got 2 tight ends. You open up the middle of the field. You got 2 receivers. You got a vertical threat.
Wait, you do realize that the first point you made, they have running backs that can run the ball. Why does Cam have to run the ball? They traded Sony Michel because they have too many goddamn running backs.
The reason why Cam is a threat. Number one, that's what he's good at. He's good at running the ball. He's good if it's 3rd and 2. If he's 32 now, how are you going to play defense? Because you got 2 tight ends. Yeah. You got 2 tight ends, so you got to respect the 2 tight ends. You can't really put that corner on the island because you got a vertical threat. Plus, I can give or take. So it makes you think. Usually when you say you take Cleveland, 3rd and 2, what are they gonna do? Smash mouth it in. Yeah. So I think that it gives you that balance. You put Jones back there, he's not gonna run it.
No, he's not. I agree with you, but I think they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna take Harris and they're gonna pound it up the middle, and that offensive line is so damn good, they're gonna have a hole that a Mack truck can go through.
Okay, I like
just
that
seeing
energy.
that.
I like that energy there, but yeah. I don't. No,
you don't see it.
I don't see it, but hey, I don't know. You know, y'all, Bill do some crazy things sometimes.
Yeah. Hello, Bill. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Tell me why.
I disagree. I think it's going to be Cam Newton. I just think they have this win now mentality. All the free agents they brought in, it's like win now. I don't think Bill Belichick is going to be around in 5 years. I just think now's the time. And
Steve Belichick. There's going to be a Belichick in the coaching system.
But yeah, I think it's going to be Cam Newton, but I wouldn't start Cam Newton. But that's just me.
Well, we're not going to start Jason Stidham, I can tell you that much. I'm just saying. You know,
Cam Newton was bad last year.
We're not going to bring back Brian Hoyer. The hell with that. Anyway, that's my unpopular opinion. I say Mac Jones starts week 1. Bill, we'll go ahead and keep you on. What's your unpopular opinion? What do you think?
Okay, my unpopular opinion is that everybody thinks Tua's going to fail this year, and they're going to bring Deshaun Watson in, and he's going to be the savior. That's a joke. They're not even talking to Deshaun Watson's people. There will be no trade. Tua's going to show you guys why he was drafted number 1. And I hate to say Yeah, he looked great in the preseason, but he has looked good in the preseason, and he's looked different in training camp. So I think he's going to be put all this noise about trading for Deshaun Watson and other quarterbacks, drafting another quarterback at the end of the season. I think he's going to have a really good season.
No, I see Deshaun going to the Dolphins because I don't think Houston wants to deal with this drama. I really don't. And you know, we had discussed about Deshaun's landing spots. I now do see, since I've seen it on the internet, and everything on the internet is true. So I do see that Miami trades for Deshaun, and Miami has an 0-17 season. No, I'm just kidding. But I see Deshaun ending up somewhere else other than Houston, and I don't doubt that it probably would be Miami, because Miami's made some interesting moves to try to improve their team, and this doesn't surprise me if they go after Deshaun.
Well, they wouldn't give up all this draft capital to get him. I mean, they're wanting like 2 number ones and all these other draft picks. They're not doing that.
Listen, it's like watching Pawn Stars. Hey, I'll take 200 for this. No, we're going to give you 50. All right, 100. No, 75. It's a discussion. They're not going to get 2 number ones. I fully believe they're not going to get 2 number ones. They may get a number one, but it may not even be this year. It'll be next year. But that's just my thing. Coach, go ahead.
So you think 2 number ones and 2 2s, that's too much?
I said that last week. It was too much.
I'm asking Bill.
Yes, definitely for him. Yes.
So okay.
If we're basing it just on talent, absolutely he's worth that. But it's not just based on talent. This guy has a character issue.
As of right now.
He's got a point, though.
As of right now. But is he going to give you 4 more wins?
This year?
Yeah. Because what was your record last year? You barely missed the playoffs. He would have gave you.
It was 10-6.
He would have gave you at least 2 more wins, correct?
Right.
Last year, yes.
So I think, like I said, I'm not going to talk about the character issue because I don't really know. We're going to let the courts figure it out. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people got character issues and somehow it just disappears. But I think that he's worth the picks just for the simple fact of the matter because you got to go back and look. What do you need? Offensive, defensively.
I mean, to Coach's point, he's 25 years old. He's still got a lot of football left. It's just he has to get these hurdles over and get these women to stop telling him that, you know, he did something even if he really did. Just pay him off and get over it. Serve your suspension and play football.
But to I agree with you. I think what a lot of people realize that they're trying to look at Alabama Tua, but not realizing that Tua was hurt. Mm-hmm. He came in, he missed a lot of spring workouts, summer workouts. So now he's healthy because he recovered for a whole year from his injury. So now he's healthy. Now he's not going to be totally the same Tua he was. You gave him another deep threat. You got Parker going across the middle. You have a balance. I think more so for him is just reading, understanding the coverage a little more. And you can't take those risks like you did when you had Bama because you had the number one, the Heisman Trophy winner, 3 other receivers before then was the top 15.
It was stacked for sure.
So I think that's the biggest thing. But either way, I think if they do trade for Deshaun for 2 first rounds, 2 second rounds, that's not a bad thing. Because if you look at it, take it as this. What did the Patriots always used to do when they had Brady? They always traded out the first round to get another 3rd round or 4th round draft pick. And they always won the Super Bowl.
They always won the Super Bowl because of Brady.
But having Deshaun's going to give you 3 or 4 more wins because they're going to play defense in Miami. That's what he does. He likes to play defense. Mm-hmm. You got good two great corners, and you can do a lot. You can bring the house, and they can hold their own out there.
All right.
And plus, you got the advantage you're in Miami. That's a big advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, a lot of our unpopular opinions are staying unpopular. We're all disagreeing on each other. Coach, you're up at the stand, man. What is your unpopular opinion?
My unpopular opinion, I think Carolina Panthers gonna make the playoffs.
See, I don't see that being that unpopular.
Who's picking them?
That's true. I was just kidding with you.
I mean, because if you really think about it, a lot of the storylines is pretty much the same old, same old. No one's really talking about Carolina. Sam Darnold, like
you think they're a sleeper?
Yes, I think Teddy. You take Teddy Bridgewater last year. He had 2,000-yard receivers, and then he didn't have McCaffrey. Now Sam Darnold can throw the ball, and I think he has someone that actually is going to mentor, coach him, and teach him and understand the system. Where in that system, it's an easy read. Hey, you're reading this guy. You're reading that guy.
Right.
Instead of trying to just throw him out there and say, go with, do what the best you can. So I think they're going to be very powerful offensively. I think the NFC South is top heavy. I think the Saints. I think the Saints are going to be. I think the Saints will be all right. The only difference is between Winston and Breeze. Winston's going to throw it over the top. He's gonna throw it over the top. So that means Alvin. You gotta respect that with Winston. He's gonna throw it over the top. And then I actually watched him. I think the last game, I forgot who they were playing. He checked it down. It was a lot of times he looked, he pump fake. Boom, let me throw it to my running back. Right. And when you got a running back like Alvin, hey, I can throw it to you because I know you're gonna make 2 or 3 guys miss. So I think they're gonna be real. I think the NFC South will be real strong this year.
Okay, let's go ahead, go around the horn. Bill, Carolina Panthers making the playoffs, yay or nay?
I can't argue with that. I mean, if you look at their receiving core and their running backs, they're in position to excel. And the division, Atlanta Falcons, we don't know what New Orleans is going to be. Yes, they have some talent. We'll see. But yeah, I think they have a chance.
So I say no because everybody else is disagreeing with everybody else. So I'm just going to go ahead and say no on that. Based on, I just don't see Sam Darnold being the answer. Yes, he's got weapons. Yes, he may have the potential, may have the coaching staff, may have the system, but it's all about Sam. Is he going to go ahead and pull through? Yes, he's going to have a lot of help. And I think with somebody like that from the Jets, I think anybody that comes from the Jets is going to need a lot of help. And he needs a lot of therapy, too, because that New York team just ruins people, kind of like how the Bears ruin quarterbacks. Jets just ruin people. I mean, look at Le'Veon Bell. Great in Pittsburgh. Goes to the Jets. He sucks up the whole air. So Sam Darnold getting out of New York, I think, is good for him. I just don't think he's that good. Then again, that's why they play the games. We'll see. But I just don't think Sam Darnold is the man. And
I think that coming from a coach in Adam Gase, who is horrific. Yes. I don't care what he did with, Peyton Manning. He's just a disease. I think Darnold can only go up.
We'll see. And that's the thing, too, is you're right. I think he's got more weapons in there. There is no excuses this time. So when you really think about it, the pressure is all on Sam. You got the receivers. You got the running back. Kind of got an offensive line there, too. But now it's all on you. There is no excuses. You can't say, well, the receiver did this or the running back didn't do that. No, they're going to do their job. Can you do yours? And I don't think he's going to handle the pressure very well. He's going to handle the pressure just as good as Jordan Love did. So go ahead and make that point. Oh, man. Guys, it's been great. It really has. I think it was a kick-ass show. But the show ain't over yet. We got one more segment to go, and that is Stump the Crew. Now, normally what I would do, because this is all a Play-Doh mold in progress. Okay, I'm trying to mold this into a nice, cohesive show. What I normally will do is I would normally bring in somebody from the ASAP crew to go ahead and give us questions, and we'd answer them. That way, it's Stump the Crew, all of us, because we're all the crew here, all 3 of us. So, but for now, it's me trying to stump you. So I got questions here, and I want to see if we can. And some of these are pretty easy. I'll be honest with you. So don't want to make everybody look like a fool just yet. But we have some questions, and I know everybody's going to go ahead and do this. All right. This first question is too easy. I'm gonna answer it anyway. Which NFL franchise began playing its home games at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome?
Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. I was like saying, come on now. All right, that's easy. This franchise played Cleveland, LA, and St. Louis. Which team is this?
Cleveland, LA.
Cleveland, LA, and St. Louis. Which team?
Oh, Chiefs, huh?
The Chiefs? No.
Cleveland, LA.
Cardinals.
Nope. Cleveland Rams.
Oh, you
Who's
said
the
they
Rams?
played? Hold on. Oh, they played. I thought you meant they played against them. Oh,
No.
Oh,
yes, because I was like Cleveland, LA. That sounds like the Chiefs, but okay.
No.
yeah.
All right. In 2008, the Indianapolis Colts franchise joined the NFL in 1953 under which name?
I wasn't born then, so
The Stallions.
I'll give you a hint. It wasn't the team name, it was the city.
Say it again. Say the question again.
All right. In 2008, the Indianapolis Colts franchise, I don't even know why they question this. The Indianapolis Colts franchise joined the NFL in 1953 in which city?
Baltimore.
Oh, Baltimore.
Baltimore. There you go. And Baltimore. And Bill actually answered that first. Good job, Bill. Again, this is a work in progress. All right. Here's the next one. In what city did the Washington Redskins originally play in? What city?
Chicago.
No.
Baltimore.
No. They actually started in Boston. Stumping everybody already.
Yeah.
In 2000, a team rostered with the likes of Thurman. That's incorrect. I got to do a better job of getting questions. What team in the NFC East division won its champion in 1985? Who was the NFC division champion in 85?
Chicago.
NFC East.
NFC East.
Not Central.
Oh. The Giants.
No.
Redskins.
Let's put it this way. They were once boys, but they're girls.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
No, nobody would, because Dallas Cowboys suck. All right, let's see. Next question. Question. What city are the Broncos from? Really? Come on. I'm not even asking that question. All right. This team in 1983 made the playoffs for the first time in franchise history. Warner rushed for over 200 yards in the game. Quarterback Dave Craig had a 400-yard passing game. Which team?
Seattle.
Here we go. That was good. That was quick. All right. Last one, because I can see this being a train wreck. Which year saw the Cincinnati Bengals become part of the NFL? What year?
1968.
Holy shit. Nice. That was good. That was good. You guessed on that one, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know it was a 60-something.
Oh, holy cow. All right. At this point in time, I'm shutting down the music until we go ahead and get our outro. But, guys, gentlemen, any closing thoughts on our last week of preseason going into regular season in 2 weeks? Sounds like the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir. It's almost there.
It's almost there. It's almost time. So next week, we are going to officially lay down win-loss records, playoffs, who's going to make the playoffs, MVP, leading passer, rusher, receiver. I'll even throw in who's going to have the most sacks. So everybody do your homework next week, and we'll have that next Sunday, 10 a.m., right here on the Touchdown Crew. So, and that's going to do it for us. For me, Coach, and Bill, we wish you adieu. We'll see you later on in about 8 hours.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned. Asapnetwork.com. Make sure you go ahead. Asapsportsnetwork.com. Make sure you go and visit the website. Show some love to our Facebook fans as well on the ASAP Sports Network. Have a good Sunday, everybody. See ya.
You try everything to break me. Your